al-Assad reiterates Syria's keenness to uproot terrorism and boost national reconciliation as Iran's parliament speaker renews Iran's support to Syria. President Assad stresses that the awareness of Syrians over the truth of what is happening in Syria opens the door for religious efforts to differentiate between destructive fanaticism and genuine faith. And the General Electoral Conference of the Engineers Union starts in Damascus. Good afternoon. President Bashar al-Assad renewed the Syrians' determination to eradicate terrorism and extremism, which threaten the people in the region and the world, asserting their keenness to continue the national reconciliation in Syria. During his meeting with Speaker of the Iran Shura Council Ali Larijani, President al-Assad asserted the Syrian people's pride in the historical relations with the Iranian people, which have achieved a lot of success on bilateral and regional levels, stressing the Syrian people's high appreciation of Iran's stances towards Syria and their keenness to enhance cooperation in all fields for the service of the mutual interests and in order to achieve security and stability in the region. Dr. Larijani praised the Syrian people's steadfastness in the face of terrorism, emphasizing that the Iranian people will not hesitate to provide all kinds of support to Syria in order to boost the steadfastness in the fight against terrorism and its supporters. Dr. Larijani also underlined Iran's support to the efforts aimed at pushing forward the Syrian national dialogue, which preserves the country's sovereignty and the unity of its people away from foreign intervention. President Bashar al-Assad asserted that the Syrians' awareness of the reality of what's happening in Syria opens new doors for a dedicated religious effort. Receiving a delegation of Islamic and Christian men of religion who are participating in the Ministry of Endowment General Annual Conference, President al-Assad clarified that a lot of work awaits the men of religion in order to show the difference between destructive fanaticism and faith, which is the core of religions, represented by the principles of love, cooperation, and respect. The President emphasized that such meetings are very important on the national and historical levels, reflecting the strength and cohesion of the Syrian society, which is rich by a variety of religious and ethnic components that stood steadfast in the face of terrorism. President al-Assad expressed appreciation for the important role of the men of religion in boosting national reconciliation and in spreading the culture of dialogue among the Syrians. The participants asserted their confidence that Syria would remain a beacon of cultural richness and variety by its people's adherence to national unity and their rejection of terrorism. military source has said that an Israeli reconnaissance unmanned plane was shot down over Al-Quneitra Governorate near Hadar village. The source added that the type of the plane is Skylark 1. The plane is made by Elbit Israeli Company for Electronics. It is 20 centimeters long and 312 centimeters wide. It has a range of 20 kilometers and it is controlled by a ground station. Syrian Arab army units chased ISIS terrorists, killing and injuring dozens of them in Deir ez-Zor and its countryside, tightening their control over the Faculty of Agriculture and destroying their machine guns. In Idlib's countryside, Syrian Arab army units inflicted direct blows on terrorists. Among them were Chechens and Algerians. In Daraa, Syrian Arab army units killed snipers in Katakit building and around Bilal al-Habshi mosque, destroying their weapons in western Atban area and a factory for manufacturing explosive devices in Al Msafra town in Daraa's countryside. In Aleppo, 144 people have settled their cases after turning themselves in to the specialized authorities. They pledged not to do any action that would harm the homeland security. They pointed to the facilities that have been given to them by the specialized authorities, noting that this is the fifth group of people who have settled their cases. In Tunisia, ballot boxes were closed in the second round of the presidential elections with the participation of 56% of the Tunisian people. El-Baji Qaed al-Sibsi's campaign announced that he won the runoff elections, while Al-Marzouki's campaign warned not to follow unreal polls. Meanwhile, a terrorist was killed and 3 others were arrested when trying to attack soldiers guarding an election center in Al-Qayrawan province. Turkish police have arrested over 100 people in the Turkish capital Ankara for demonstrating in favor of the secular education system in the country. Police forces dispersed demonstrators using water jets, pepper spray and tear gas. The rally was organized by labor unions in Kizilay district. Many observers and human rights organizations criticized the crackdown and assaults on protesters, in addition to the Justice and Development Party's intervention in the education system in Turkey, accusing the party of undermining secularism in the country. With this, we conclude our news for today. Thank you for watching. For more details about Syria and the region, and to view this bulletin again, you can always visit our website in English, syriaonline.sy. Now to latest business and market news with Sirina, but after a short break.